Welcome back to the channel JF Coin, our channel, where we uncover the hidden treasures hiding right inside your pocket change. Today, we're going deep into the story of the 1973 Liberty $quarter, a coin that many people overlook, yet it carries a fascinating history, surprising collector interest, and in some rare cases, can be worth hundreds of dollars, even up to $442 in the collector's market. So sit back and listen carefully, because this is one of those coins that might just change the way you look at your loose change forever. The 1973 Liberty $quarter belongs to the famous Washington Quarter series, which first appeared in 1932. This design replaced the standing Liberty Quarter and was meant to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Sculptor John Flanagan's design featured the powerful and proud image of George Washington on the obverse side, symbolizing leadership, freedom, and American pride. The reverse side carries the iconic bald eagle with spread wings, standing tall on a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath, a symbol of both strength and peace. Now let's talk about the composition and key details of the 1973 quarter. This coin was minted primarily in copper and nickel, as silver was removed from quarters after 1964. The total weight is 5.67 grams, and the diameter measures 24.3 millimeters. The edge is reeded, just like other quarters of its time. It was produced at three main mints: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with a D mint mark, and San Francisco, which struck proof coins with the S mark. Most 1973 quarters you'll find in circulation today are worth face value 25 cents. But here's where things get interesting. Certain 1973 quarters have special qualities that make them extremely valuable to collectors. Some were struck on planchets meant for other denominations, such as dimes or nickels, leading to off-metal errors. Others may have double die errors, weak strikes, or other minting mistakes that make them unique. A 1973 quarter in uncirculated mint state can be worth anywhere from a few dollars to over $100 depending on its condition and mint mark. But the rarest examples, especially those with full original luster, flawless surfaces, and strong strikes, can command prices of $400 or more. For instance, a high-grade 1973 D quarter graded MS67 by PCGS once sold for over $442 at auction due to its exceptional condition and visual appeal. Let's talk about what collectors look for. First, the condition or grade is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. A coin in mint state, often labeled as MS60 to MS70, means it has never been used in circulation and still holds that brilliant mint shine. Look for sharp details on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. If they're crisp, that's a good sign. The luster should be bright, and the surface should be clean of scratches or wear. Second, pay attention to the mint mark. The Denver mint coins with a D mark and the San Francisco proof coins with an S are often more desirable than the Philadelphia ones, especially if they are in proof or high-grade conditions. The 1973 S proof quarters are particularly collectible, featuring mirror-like surfaces and frosted designs that give them a striking appearance under light. Error coins are where the real excitement lies. Some rare 1973 quarters were struck off-center, double-struck, or even missing key design elements. If you ever find one with strange markings, missing letters, or misaligned edges, do not spend it. It could be worth hundreds. Collectors pay high premiums for error coins, and some even reach thousands depending on rarity and demand. Now let's dive into a little bit of history. In 1973, the United States was in a period of economic uncertainty. Inflation was rising, and silver had long been removed from circulating coins. The mint was focused on efficient production, leading to some minor inconsistencies and errors during this period. Millions of quarters were produced, but the meticulous collector knows that even among millions, a handful of special coins can stand out. When examining your 1973 quarter, always use good lighting and possibly a magnifying glass. Check the date, look for mint marks, and observe every little detail: scratches, doubling, luster, and rim alignment. It's those small details that separate an ordinary 25-cent piece from a valuable collector's treasure. The market value for these coins fluctuates with demand, condition, and rarity. As of today, the top-graded examples continue to hold strong value, and collectors are always searching for the next flawless piece. Auctions and coin shows are full of enthusiasts hunting for that one perfect quarter. So, can your 1973 Liberty quarter dollar really be worth $442? Absolutely, if it's in pristine mint state, or has an error that makes it one of a kind. Every year, stories emerge of lucky people discovering valuable coins in their change, and there's no reason it couldn't happen to you. Before wrapping up, here's a quick tip: always store your coins properly. Use protective holders or coin flips to prevent scratches or environmental damage. Even a small fingerprint can reduce a coin's grade and value significantly. The 1973 Liberty quarter dollar is more than just a coin, it's a piece of American history, a reminder of craftsmanship, and a symbol of value that goes beyond its denomination. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone curious about the coins in your pocket, this is a great one to keep an eye out for. So next time you check your change, remember, that ordinary-looking 1973 quarter could be hiding a small fortune. Take a closer look, because history, beauty, and hidden value might be right there in your hand. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin history and value, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story about the treasures in your pocket. Stay tuned for more amazing coin stories. And who knows, maybe your next coin find will be worth even more than $442. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. Today are the rare varieties, special strikes, and minting errors that make some 1966 quarters extremely valuable. One of the most sought-after versions is the 1966 quarter with striking or die errors, coins that were double-struck, off-centered, or produced on experimental planchets. Some examples have missing details, extra metal, or unusual coloring from improper metal bonding. These kinds of errors can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream worth hundreds of dollars. There are also a few 1966 quarters that were mistakenly struck on leftover silver planchets from 1964 or earlier. If you're lucky enough to find one, these are worth a fortune because they contain silver when they shouldn't. Experts confirm these transitional error coins can easily sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their condition. Imagine finding one of those in your coin jar or an old family collection. Now let's talk about condition and grading, two factors that can make a huge difference in a coin's value. A 1966 Liberty quarter in circulated condition might only be worth face value, but in uncirculated or mint state condition, it can be worth much more. Coins graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC can sell for $50, $100, or even over $400 if they have sharp details, bright luster, and minimal marks. Proof-like strikes and coins with original mint shine are especially desirable to collectors and investors. In today's coin market, the 1966 Liberty quarter has gained attention not just for its history but also for its growing collector demand. Online auctions, coin shows, and collector marketplaces have seen examples sell for impressive prices, especially when certified and preserved. One recent sale recorded a 1966 quarter in brilliant uncirculated condition fetching more than $442, proof that these coins still hold strong value today. So, how can you tell if your 1966 Liberty quarter is valuable? Start by examining its edges and surfaces closely. Look for strong, crisp lettering, a clear strike on Washington's face, and a detailed eagle with full feathers. If you notice anything unusual like doubling, extra metal, or strange color tones, it might be worth sending your coin for grading or expert appraisal. Even small minting mistakes can turn out to be rare varieties that serious collectors will pay big money for. Beyond its monetary value, the 1966 Liberty quarter is a timeless piece of American history. It represents the transition from silver to clad coinage, the government's response to an economic challenge, and the artistry of classic U.S. coin design. Each one carries a story from the hands of the mint workers who produced it to the millions of people who used it in daily life for decades. So next time you're sorting through spare change or checking an old coin collection, pay close attention to any 1966 quarters you find. You could be holding on to a rare treasure worth far more than its face value. And if you're passionate about coin collecting, This is the kind of coin that connects you directly to one of the most significant shifts in U.S. mint history. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1966 Liberty Quarter Dollar, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon so you never miss another coin story like this one. In our next episode, we'll be exploring another rare coin that has shocked collectors with its unexpected value. Until then, keep hunting, keep learning, and remember every coin has a story, and one of them might just make you rich. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of one of America's most iconic coins, the 1974 Liberty Quarter Dollar. This small piece of metal might look ordinary, but don't be fooled, there are secrets, rare varieties, and surprising values hiding in plain sight. Some of these 1974 quarters have been sold for hundreds, and a few even reported to reach astonishing prices like $442 or more in today's collector market. So, grab your magnifying glass, because this story will open your eyes to what could be sitting right inside your pocket change. Let's start from the very beginning. The Liberty Quarter, also known as the Washington Quarter, carries the proud face of George Washington, the first President of the United States. The design was introduced back in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. By 1974, the quarter had already become a cornerstone of American currency, circulating everywhere from small-town diners to big city banks. But the 1974 issue holds special meaning. It was one of the last years before the major changes in coinage materials and minting processes that shaped modern coins as we know them today. Now, what makes the 1974 Liberty Quarter so interesting? First, let's talk about its composition. Each 1974 quarter was made primarily of copper-nickel clad, with a pure copper core. The outer layers were a combination of copper and nickel, giving the coin that bright, silvery shine. It weighs about 5.67 grams and measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter. On the obverse, you'll find the familiar bust of George Washington facing left, with the word Liberty arched above and the motto "I in God We Trust" just below the neck. The year 1974 sits proudly beneath Washington's image. On the reverse, the coin features the majestic bald eagle wings spread wide, perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches underneath, symbolizing both strength and peace. It's a true piece of artistry, carrying the spirit of America in its metal. But what really draws collectors to the 1974 Liberty Quarter are its varieties, mint marks, and errors. Coins were minted in three main locations that year: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia mint quarters carry no mint mark, the Denver coins have a small D below the eagle's tail, and the San Francisco coins, marked with an S, were specially struck as proof coins for collectors. Now here's where it gets exciting. Certain 1974 quarters from these mints, especially in high grades or with rare errors, can be worth a small fortune today. One of the rarest and most sought-after versions of the 1974 Liberty Quarter is the error coin, those struck off-center, double-die obverse, or with missing clad layers. These unusual mistakes happened during the minting process and were never meant to be released to the public. But some managed to slip out, and now they're treasures in the eyes of numismatists. Imagine finding a quarter with a faint double strike on Washington's profile, or one where part of the copper core is exposed. Those unique flaws make your coin special and highly valuable. Collectors pay top dollar for coins in pristine condition, especially those graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. A 1974D or 1974S quarter in flawless condition, with a strong strike and perfect luster, can fetch well over $100 to $400 depending on demand and market conditions. And yes, some high-end sales have gone as high as $442 for exceptional examples with unique errors or deep cameo proofs. So, if you ever come across a shiny, sharp-edged 1974 quarter that looks a little too perfect, don't just spend it, it could be worth a collector's payday. Now let's explore the history that gives this coin its charm. The 1974 quarter was minted during a time of transition in America right after the coinage changes of the 1960s and before the Great Bicentennial Redesign of 1976. The US Mint was still perfecting its clad coinage process, which means some coins from this era have unique color tones, metal textures, or striking patterns. Each small difference tells a story of how coin production evolved through technology and experimentation. In a way, holding a 1974 Liberty Quarter is like holding a snapshot of America's economic and cultural moment, strong, changing, and full of hope. Beyond its value in metal, the 1974 Liberty Quarter represents something more: everyday history. Think about it: how many hands did this coin pass through? How many vending machines, toll booths, or pocket exchanges carried it along through the decades? Each scratch and mark adds character, turning your coin into a silent witness of time. Some collectors love this aspect: the personal, living history behind every old coin. That's what makes coin collecting more than just a hobby. It's a connection between people and their shared past. Let's talk about spotting value. If you're curious whether your 1974 quarter might be worth more than face value, here's what to check. First, look for the mint mark just below the eagle's tail on the reverse. If it's an S, you might have a proof coin. These are usually shinier with mirror-like surfaces. Next, check the condition under good lighting. Are there scratches, dullness, or discolorations? Or does it still shine like new with sharp details? The better the condition, the higher the value. Also, check for oddities like double letters, uneven rims, or missing layers. Those are signs of errors. And that's where the big money hides. In coin auctions and collector shows, 1974 quarters often surprise people. A coin that looks like pocket change to most can suddenly become a star when magnified under expert eyes. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint with deep cameo finishes are especially desirable, and when certified, they can easily climb into the hundreds of dollars. Even circulated coins with unusual traits like planchet errors or misaligned dies can attract strong bids. So, what's the market like today? As of now, the market value for rare or high-grade 1974 Liberty Quarters can reach up to $442 or more depending on rarity, grade, and demand. Standard circulated coins are still worth their face value, but those in mint-state condition or proof quality have become hot items for collectors seeking pre-bicentennial history. The coin market is ever-changing, but the 1974 Liberty Quarter continues to hold strong appeal. It's a piece of nostalgia and craftsmanship that keeps shining through time. In conclusion, the 1974 Liberty Quarter dollar isn't just another coin. It's a reflection of America's artistry, history, and value that goes far beyond its 25-cent face. Whether you're new to coin collecting or a seasoned expert, take another look at your spare change, because one of these quarters could be a hidden treasure worth hundreds. Keep your eyes open, keep learning, and remember, sometimes, history hides in the smallest places, like the pocket of your jeans or a forgotten jar of coins. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1974 Liberty Quarter, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more coin stories, values, and amazing finds from the world of numismatics. Who knows? The next big discovery could be sitting right in your hands. Stay curious, stay collecting, and I'll see you in the next video where another piece of American coin history comes alive. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1978 Liberty Quarter dollar, a small but mighty piece of American history that could be hiding unbelievable value right in your pocket change. Yes, you heard that right. A simple 1978 quarter, which most people overlook every day, can actually be worth hundreds of dollars, even up to $442 or more depending on its condition, rarity, and mint mark. So stay tuned till the very end, because I'm going to tell you exactly what makes this coin so special, how to identify valuable varieties, and what collectors are currently paying in today's market. Let's start with the background. The 1978 Liberty Quarter, also known as the Washington Quarter, is part of one of America's longest-running coin series. It features the proud profile of George Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan, who created this iconic image to honor the first president of the United States. The word liberty stands boldly across the top of the coin, reminding us of the enduring freedom this nation stands for. Just below Washington's chin, you'll see the national motto, "I in God we trust," and beneath that, the year 1978. Flip the coin over, and you'll see a majestic bald eagle, wings spread wide, clutching arrows and olive branches, the perfect symbol of strength and peace. Every detail was meant to represent America's power, pride, and unity during a changing era. Now let's talk about mint marks, because that's where things start to get really interesting. The 1978 quarter was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with a small letter D on the right side of Washington's ponytail, and San Francisco, which produced proof coins marked with an S. While millions were produced, not all are created equal. Some were struck with special precision, while others have minting errors or rare characteristics that can skyrocket their value. Let's break it down. A standard circulated 1978 quarter is generally worth its face value 25 cents. But if you have one in uncirculated or proof condition, or one with a rare minting mistake, the story changes completely. Collectors are paying top dollar for coins that have sharp details, clean surfaces, and original mint luster. A pristine, uncirculated 1978 D quarter can fetch anywhere between $25 and $150 depending on grading. Proof coins from San Francisco, struck on polished planchets, can range from $50 to $300, especially if they have cameo or deep cameo contrast. But here's the jaw-dropping part: there are special varieties and era coins from 1978 that have sold for hundreds, even over $442, in recent years. Some of these errors include doubled die obverse coins where parts of the lettering or date appear doubled under magnification. Others show off center strikes, clipped planchets, or missing mint marks, all of which can dramatically increase the value. The rarer the error, the higher the price climbs. Collectors love these unique imperfections because they capture moments when the U.S. Mint's machines made tiny mistakes that turned ordinary coins into one-of-a-kind treasures. To find out if your 1978 Liberty quarter is worth more than just pocket change, you'll need to take a closer look. Start with a magnifying glass and good lighting. Examine the word Liberty, the date, and Washington's features carefully. Look for doubling in the letters or unusual shapes. Check both sides for any signs of misalignment, cracks, or odd metal cuts. And don't forget to check the edge, sometimes errors appear there too. If you think your coin might be special, consider getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can make all the difference, especially when you're looking to sell. Now, let's touch on history. The late 1970s were an important time for American coinage. The U.S. Mint was refining its production techniques while preparing for the major changes that would come in the 1980s. The 1978 quarter represents the final stretch of the original copper-nickel-clad Washington quarters before designs began evolving towards state quarters decades later. It's a piece of the old-school era of American coin design, when craftsmanship and symbolism were still front and center. What's amazing is that even though millions of these coins were made, many have disappeared into private collections, lost circulation, or were melted down over time. That's why finding one in pristine, original condition today is much harder than it seems, and why collectors are willing to pay premium prices for them. If you've got rolls of quarters sitting around, or old jars filled with change, you might just be sitting on a hidden treasure. And let's talk about today's market value, the part everyone wants to know. In recent sales, rare and high-grade 1978 quarters have been known to sell for anywhere between $200 and $442, sometimes even higher depending on the coin's rarity and grade. A proof quarter with deep cameo contrast and perfect surfaces can command a high premium from serious buyers. Collectors are especially eager to grab coins that still carry their original mint shine with no wear or scratches. The demand is rising as more people rediscover the excitement of coin collecting, especially for vintage U.S. coins from the late 20th century. So what should you do if you find a 1978 Liberty quarter? First, don't spend it. Keep it safe in a coin holder or protective sleeve to prevent scratches. Next, research your coin online or visit a local coin dealer for a free evaluation. You might be surprised to find that what looks like an ordinary quarter could actually be worth a small fortune. Remember, condition is everything. The sharper the details, the brighter the shine, and the fewer the blemishes, the more valuable it becomes. Before we wrap up, Here's one more tip: check the weight. Standard quarters from this era should weigh about 5.67 grams. If yours weighs noticeably less or more, it could be struck on a wrong planchet or have an unusual metal composition, another sign of potential rarity. Such coins have been known to fetch hundreds of dollars in auctions because of their unique characteristics. In conclusion, the 1978 Liberty Quarter Dollar isn't just another piece of change. It's a slice of American heritage that represents craftsmanship, symbolism, and the spirit of liberty. Whether you're a collector, an investor, or just curious about what's jingling in your pocket, this coin is a reminder that hidden treasures still exist all around us. Keep your eyes open, check your change, and never underestimate the power of a small coin, because the next one you find could be worth over $442 or even more. Thanks for watching, and if you love learning about rare coins, their history, and how to spot hidden value, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our latest uploads. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a valuable coin or want to share your coin collecting stories. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows, your next Liberty Quarter might just be your ticket to a hidden fortune. Today, even reaching a market value of $442 or more depending on its condition, mint mark, and special errors. So get ready as we uncover the full story, the hidden secrets, and the true worth of the 1979 Liberty Quarter Dollar that could make your day unforgettable. Let's start with a little bit of history. The 1979 Liberty Quarter, officially called the Washington Quarter, features the famous bust of George Washington, the first President of the United States, on the obverse side. This design was first introduced back in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth, and it has remained one of the most iconic American coin designs ever created. The obverse side carries the powerful word, Liberty, right above Washington's portrait, a symbol of the core American value that defines the nation. Below his chin, you'll notice the motto, "In God We Trust," and at the bottom, the date 1979 shines clearly. Now flip the coin, and on the reverse side, you'll see the mighty American bald eagle perched with outstretched wings, clutching arrows and olive branches, a representation of both strength and peace. Above it reads, United States of America, and below, Quarter Dollar. It's a design that captures the bold spirit of freedom, leadership, and patriotism that has defined America for generations. But what makes the 1979 Liberty Quarter special? What makes it worth more than its face value of 25 cents? Let's explore that. Most 1979 quarters were made of copper-nickel clad, meaning they were composed of layers of copper and nickel without any silver content. However, there are rare variations and minting errors that transform ordinary coins into rare treasures. Some 1979 quarters have unique doubling errors on the inscriptions or the portrait, creating what collectors call a double die. These coins are highly sought after because such mistakes are rare and often visually striking when viewed under magnification. Another factor that can make your 1979 Liberty Quarter worth hundreds of dollars is its mint mark. You can find three main mint marks for this coin: the letter P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. The mint mark is located on the obverse side, just behind Washington's hair ribbon. Quarters with the S mint mark are proof coins, specially made for collectors using highly polished dies and planchets, giving them a mirror-like finish. These proof coins are not meant for circulation, but sometimes they escape into the public, and that's when they become highly valuable. A 1979 S-Type 2 proof quarter with a clear S mint mark in pristine condition can easily sell for hundreds of dollars, and in some cases, near-perfect specimens graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC have reached market prices up to $442 and beyond. Now let's talk about condition. The condition or grade of your coin has a massive impact on its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 representing a flawless coin in perfect mint state condition. Circulated coins with scratches, wear, or dull surfaces are usually worth only a bit more than face value, but uncirculated or proof coins that still shine with full luster can skyrocket in price. A 1979 Liberty quarter in mint state MS-67 or higher can command hundreds of dollars at auctions or from serious collectors. Some of the most valuable examples of 1979 quarters ever sold were special era coins. There have been reported cases of 1979 quarters struck on the wrong planchet, for instance, being struck on a nickel or a dime planchet instead of the standard quarter blank. These minting mistakes are extremely rare, and they can make your coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on rarity and demand. So, if you have a 1979 Liberty quarter that looks odd, maybe it's smaller, lighter, or the color seems different, don't spend it. It could be a rare minting error worth a fortune. Another fascinating aspect of the 1979 quarter is its place in American history. The late 1970s were a time of change, from the rise of new technologies to shifts in the economy. The quarter stood as a symbol of stability, bearing the same trusted face of Washington through decades of transformation. While other denominations like the dollar coin saw new designs, the quarter remained a familiar reminder of tradition and liberty. Let's talk about the market today. In 2025, coin collectors continue to hunt for well-preserved 1979 Liberty quarters, especially those with proof finishes or rare minting errors. The average circulated quarter might be worth 25 to 50 cents, but uncirculated examples can bring in $20 to $100 depending on grade. Proof coins or error coins can easily cross the $400 mark, with rare pieces reaching the incredible market value of $442 or even more in specialized auctions. Collectors often pay premiums for coins that have been professionally graded and encapsulated, as this guarantees authenticity and condition. So, what should you do if you have a 1979 Liberty quarter? First, examine it carefully under good lighting. Check for the mint mark, look for doubling in the letters, and see if there's any unusual texture or coloration. If your coin looks flawless or has a clear mirror finish, it might be a proof coin. Consider getting it graded by a reputable coin grading company like PCGS, NGC, or NAX. A small investment in grading can unlock huge value if your coin turns out to be a rare variety or high-grade specimen. Every collector knows that the thrill of coin collecting isn't just about money, it's about holding a piece of history in your hand. The 1979 Liberty quarter connects us to a period of American growth, innovation, and pride. Each coin tells a story from the moment it was struck at the mint to the countless hands it may have passed through. And who knows? That one coin you find in your pocket change today could be the key to an incredible discovery tomorrow. So don't underestimate those old coins lying around your house. Take a closer look, because that 1979 Liberty quarter dollar could be your hidden treasure worth $442 or more. Keep searching, keep collecting, and never stop exploring the fascinating world of coins. Thanks for watching, coin enthusiasts. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1979 Liberty quarter and its surprising value, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video on rare and valuable coins. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you have a 1979 quarter in your collection? What's the most valuable coin you've ever found? Let's keep the coin collecting spirit alive. Until next time, happy hunting, and may every coin you find bring you closer to your next treasure. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most interesting modern coins of American history, the 1990 Liberty quarter dollar. At first glance, it looks like any regular coin, but what if I told you that some of these rare 1990 quarters have been sold for hundreds of dollars, even up to an incredible $442 in the collector's market? Let's uncover its story, design, history, and the secrets that make it so valuable. The 1990 Liberty quarter was minted in Denver, represented by the small D mint mark on the right side of George Washington's portrait. This coin is part of the Washington Quarter series that began way back in 1932, created to honor the 200th birthday of the first President of the United States, George Washington. The design, created by sculptor John Flanagan, shows Washington's powerful profile on the obverse side, symbolizing leadership, liberty, and the enduring spirit of the American people. On the reverse side, we see the majestic bald eagle with outstretched wings, holding arrows and olive branches, a classic emblem of American strength and peace. The 1990 D quarter might seem common since millions were minted that year, but the real magic lies in its condition, striking errors, and the quality of the strike itself. If you happen to find one in mint state condition, especially graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, you might be holding a fortune. High-grade examples are incredibly rare because most coins from circulation have scratches, wear marks, or damage. But pristine uncirculated coins, especially those with full strike details and sharp luster, are where collectors compete fiercely and prices soar. Now let's talk about the value. A regular circulated 1990 D quarter is typically worth only its face value 25 cents. But once you move into high grades, the story changes completely. Coins that are preserved in mint condition, without any signs of wear, can fetch between $50 and $200 depending on appeal. However, special examples with flawless surfaces, bright original luster, and near-perfect strikes have been sold for as much as $442, yes, over $400 for a single 25-cent coin. That's why collectors are constantly on the lookout for these gems. Another fascinating aspect is error coins. Some 1990 D quarters were struck with off-center errors, double die obverse features, or weak strikes that make them extremely collectible. If you notice doubling on the word Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, or the date 1990, don't ignore it. That could be a double die variety worth serious money. Coins with off-center designs, missing mint marks, or planchet errors are also highly sought after by numismatists. Each unique error can add hundreds of dollars in value depending on rarity and demand. Let's take a closer look at the historical context. The year 1990 marked the final decade of the classic eagle reverse before the state quarters program revolutionized U.S. coinage in 1999. That makes the 1990 D quarter one of the last of its kind in the long-running Washington Eagle design series. It bridges the gap between old-style American coinage and the new generation of state and national park quarters that followed. For that reason, collectors love it as a symbol of transition, a link between two great eras in U.S. minting history. When evaluating your coin, pay attention to a few details: the sharpness of George Washington's hair, the clarity of the eagle's feathers, and the overall shine of the coin. If your coin looks crisp, bright, and shows no wear under magnification, you might be looking at a high-grade uncirculated specimen. Consider sending it for professional grading. It could make all the difference in its value. Remember, a raw coin might fetch $20 to $40, but a certified MS67 1990 D quarter can bring hundreds of dollars at auction. Collectors especially prize quarters with strong eye appeal, meaning they have attractive toning or mirror-like fields. Some coins develop natural rainbow toning from storage, giving them unique beauty that can increase their value even further. Every collector knows that no two-toned coins are ever identical, and the right buyer might pay a premium for one that stands out visually. Let's talk about how to find these treasures. The best places to look are in old coin jars, inherited collections, rolls of quarters from banks, or even your everyday change. You never know when a 1990 D Liberty quarter worth hundreds might appear. Always handle coins carefully. Avoid cleaning or polishing them, as this can destroy their natural surface and reduce their value drastically. Store them in a protective holder to keep them safe from scratches and moisture. The 1990 D quarter is more than just a piece of metal. It's a story of American history, artistry, and the thrill of discovery. Every time you examine one of these coins, you're holding a piece of history that has traveled through countless hands, survived decades, and still carries the spirit of liberty in its design. Whether you're a beginner collector or an expert numismatist, finding one in top condition is a true accomplishment. So next time you get change from a store, take a close look at your quarters. Check for that DE mint mark, inspect the surfaces, and see if your coin might be one of those rare examples worth hundreds. Because remember, great treasures often hide in plain sight, and one of them could be right there in your pocket. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed learning about the 1990 D Liberty quarter and its hidden value, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another coin story. Stay tuned for more amazing discoveries. Because every coin has a story and yours might just be worth a fortune.